Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. You probably know the saying. It is probably a little bit cliche, but I did want to do a quick little video about this because I'm a little bit low on time. As you might know from my own portfolio, I invest a lot in high growth stocks, also in crypto, but in this video I'm going to focus a little bit more on the stock portfolio. So I invest quite a bit in high growth stocks with a lot of risk, of course. Keep in mind, there's a lot of risk involved with these high growth companies. My time horizon is about 5 years in time. So I don't really look at what the current numbers, what the current financials are for the companies, but I'm trying to look 5 years ahead in the future, just a little bit like ARK Invest is doing. Now, if you're a little bit like me, if you also have a lot of high growth stocks, like the stocks that I'm going to be mentioning in this video, the stocks that are also in this list over here on the right hand side, then definitely keep in mind that right now, I believe it's time to do your research. It is time to look at your fundamental analysis, your financial analysis, and your technical analysis to determine if you want to be adding to your positions or if you want to add more stocks to your current portfolio. So you can use the FUFITA strategy, you can use the fundamental financial technical analysis to determine whether right now it is a good moment or not to be adding to your positions or to start new positions in your portfolio. So let's first take a look at some of the graphs in my current portfolio. I still have a kind of like a trade-ish style swing trade over here. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, I'm still in Beachbody. And the thing is, you can see that it has been going down for quite a while. As we're going to take a look later on, the valuation of this company is quite low at this very moment, if I say so myself. Of course, that is not financial advice. Nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm just trying to point you to what I am looking at right now with regards to technical analysis and with regards to financial analysis. Now we can see that the Beachbody is definitely very, very low. If you go to CRISPR Therapeutics, we're hitting a pretty important support level right now. You look at ChargePoint, we already broke very important support and we are already at a next level of support, which I've been talking about for quite a while. EHang still right above important support. Lemonade very close to an important support level. Rocket Lab, well, it's just doing its thing. STEM has been, well, basically very close to support as well. So as you can see, a lot of stocks in this list over here are very close to important support levels. Tesla, by the way, being quite a little bit different compared to all of these other stocks out there. Tesla has just been cruising to the upside, while the other companies have been crushed to the downside. I've actually been adding a little bit to some of my positions, as my Discord Premium members might know. I added some to about like 4 positions, I believe. So yeah, I'm definitely adding a little bit on these dips at this very moment. And I'm also taking some profits in some other stocks at this very moment. But as you can see, there are just a lot of stocks that have been beaten down. And the thing is, now is your time to do your research. Now is your time to look at these companies and say, okay, what do the fundamentals of this company look like? Is this a company I would be interested in to be investing for potentially long-term or potentially a short-term trade? That is for you to be looking at right now. Of course, the financial analysis also continues to be very important. As you might know, I keep a spreadsheet of all of my stocks over here, and you can see basically the valuations of this company at this very moment in time. Now you can look for example over here, which is the price to sales ratio, basically taking the market caps of these companies on the left-hand side and dividing it by the annual revenue for 2021, basically, and then you're going to arrive at the price to sales ratio. Now I'm also looking at the EV to sales ratio, the enterprise value to sales ratio. That is basically the market cap minus the amount of cash they have. That is the enterprise value. And if you divide the enterprise value by the sales, so the annual revenue, then you arrive at an enterprise value to sales ratio. And as you can see, there are quite some numbers that are even below 10 at this very moment. And I consider, especially with regards to these companies, these kinds of growth companies, high growth companies that are going to be hopefully, of course, because nothing is guaranteed, but hopefully these are going to be growing a lot in the next couple of years. Hopefully these companies are going to be, well, upping their annual revenue by quite a bit. So I believe that some of these companies look already quite interesting. For example, if you look at CRISPR Therapeutics, the evaluation looks pretty interesting. Keep in mind this is because of a upfront payment, a one-time upfront payment. Definitely do your research if you want to be investing in CRISPR Therapeutics. Workhorse is quite low as well if you look at the enterprise value to sales ratio. But Workhorse has been beaten down, and this is mainly because of the target of their 1,000 vehicles for the entire year. I don't actually think they're going to be reaching this, so this is probably way too, high. The annual revenue for 2021 is probably way too high of an estimate for Workhorse right now. But if you look at some more solid companies like Teladoc, for example, I mean, that is definitely a solid company. If you believe in telehealth, and if you look at the current valuation, it is about an enterprise value to sales ratio of 10x right now, which is definitely not very expensive at this moment, and you see ARK Invest scooping up more and more shares every single day, I believe. If you look at TPGY, of course, nothing is guaranteed with regards to the merger between TPGY and EVBox, so do your research if you want to be investing in that. Upwork, very solid company in my opinion. Solid valuation as well. View, definitely a riskier company. I am not going to lie, it's definitely a riskier company. Valuation, however, is still quite interesting at this very moment in time, but keep in mind the costs are quite high with regards to the cost of production, or basically their expenses for this company. Even Tesla is not very, very expensive at this moment, I believe. The valuation is a little bit on the higher end of the spectrum in my portfolio at this very moment, which, by the way, is also one of the reasons I've been taking a little bit of profits in my Tesla position. But yeah, still not very, very expensive, and definitely with regards to all the bullish news that is coming out for Tesla, I don't really think it's a super duper expensive. Another company that could be interesting is STEM. Valuation is pretty fine as well. Ag Eagle, if you're in it for the long term, this is a very interesting drone company. I believe this has way more room to go. The current market cap is only $200 million, and I believe the annual revenue is going to be around $9 million. So the EV to sales ratio becomes about 17.7, with a cash position of $39 million. So I think the valuation is definitely interesting, and this just has a lot of room to go to the upside. Also, if you look at the charts, by the way, I mean, there are some charts like Ag Eagle. These have been beaten down. These have come down from $15 per share. They have now been going down to $2.88. Now, the good thing for me is that I've been buying all the way up here. I believe I bought at $2.71, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been taking some profits along the way. So I'm still in profits. But yeah, I'm definitely scooping up a little bit more shares to be adding to my position at this very moment, which I believe I just did 1 day ago or 2 days ago. I can't even remember anymore. But yeah, I have been adding to my Ag Eagle position. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own research to make sure that you are in the stocks that you like and the stocks that you are believing in. So yeah, that's basically the most important thing of this video. Make sure to take advantage of these times. Again, be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. I know, again, it is a cliche, but I definitely think right now is the time to do your research, to look into these stocks and say, okay, I like this stock for the long term. I like the financials. I like the technical analysis. Let's go in this stock. Cool. Hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.